Hi guys, welcome back to Exposed. And if I welcome, stay where I put you, damn thing. If I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. Thought I would do a Janice watch because I went and looked at all the comments that were on. Sorry, I've just had dinner. I've got rice in my teeth. Went and had a look at the comments that were on the video where she was talking about Balenciaga, and I found them very interesting. So here we go. You've asked more than once. Carry the purse, Lisa. I hope you think of those children in those horrible images every time you look at your cool, edgy bag. Balenciaga is scorched earth. They didn't just cross a line. Morally reprehensible behaviour cannot be excused. Lisa, you've got to stand for something or you're going to fall for anything. It shouldn't even be a question. Because you want to wear clothing and bags. Stand on your morals. No Balenciaga. Are you kidding me? If it was your child that was exploited, I doubt you'd be that casual about it. I can go both ways, guys. I miss my bags. I wouldn't be too sure about that, Vina. Personally. I don't think she'd care if it was her kids. In my opinion, I think we as consumers have to be mindful of who we support when purchasing brands, especially brands that represent paedophilia. Although you as a person are against paedophilia, supporting a brand by purchase could show otherwise. And I'm not here passing judgment. This is simply my opinion. We just have to be careful, that's all I'm saying. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat now. I have to agree with you. Also, I've been told that on a spiritual realm, these things, items, can hold a type of spiritual residual that's attached to them. The evil, perverse intent is attached to the product. Hi Lisa, honestly, for me, Balenciaga crossed a line they can never undo in my opinion. Even though that creative director has moved on, they left a stain that can't be removed. That might be unfair, but that campaign went deep into the members of that company. Too many eyes saw what was being proposed and didn't stop it. There's a fabulous, gorgeous fashion to be found elsewhere. For me, I speak only for me. Balenciaga is owned by Kering. Dema Gvasalia is now at Gucci, which is also owned by Kering, along with Yves Saint Laurent, Bottega Veneta, Alexander McQueen, Maui Jim, and a number of others. I hate that Alexander McQueen's been bought up by somebody else. No to Balenciaga. It should make you sick to your core. Nothing is worth what they represent. You spend so much money on fashion, I would look elsewhere. Just my humble opinion. Exploitation of children doesn't have an expiration date. Balenciaga has to be cancelled forever. Unforgivable what they did. Use your Balenciaga, but don't photograph yourself with it, lol. There are so many more brands out there than to have to worry over using Balenciaga. A brand proven to be very sick and evil. When does a brand become that important to anyone? Well said, Alice. I understand forgiving mistakes by a company. Balenciaga upper management approved that ad. How many other are still collecting their paychecks? If you remember, there was a picture on a wall from a known by them and everyone else trying to be evasive and daringly flaunting it in the picture's public's face of a paedophile while they dress children in ads with teddy bears wearing bondage gear. Time does not heal all wounds. Appreciate your creative eye and perspective, even though fall is the last thing on my mind in Arizona. How can you fucking appreciate her creative eye? She doesn't create anything, she copies. Balenciaga knew what they were doing when they had hired that creative director. In my humble opinion, they didn't speak out because they weren't They didn't speak out because they were truly sorry. They spoke out because they were called out. Someone needed to approve all those campaigns. I do not believe that they were unaware of the suggestiveness of the ads. I do not trust them and just cannot support them. Hi Lisa, I live in Elizabethtown, North Carolina and adore Wilmington, Wrightsville Beach and watching you every Friday without fail. But Balenciaga? Nah, they've torn their best pair of pants. It's not just the fact that Balenciaga is associated with paedophilia that in itself is horrible, but it's all linked to the satanic agenda. These elites are raping, torturing and harvesting adrenochrome from these innocent children. Zero chances for Balenciaga. A company cannot exploit children for years and then just change creative directors and be forgiven. It was the whole company. Great Friday video, Lisa. Anyone or any company that take advantage of our children in any way, I would never purchase another item from them. These are innocent children. You do realise that most fashion models are graped and pimped out, right? The whole fashion industry is corrupt to the core. Exactly. So stop buying fucking stupid fashionable things and get thrift stuff and make it your own. No Balenciaga for me ever. They exploit children. Just because they got rid of the creative director is just the tip of the iceberg. There were so many people and so many levels responsible for that. It doesn't matter how cute a bag is, I would be done with it. The man responsible for Balenciaga's issues is now at Gucci, so I read, just an FYI. It really doesn't bother... This is Wanda. Wanda says it really doesn't bother her. So Gucci goes down with him. Wanda, I agree. If you ask me, none of the luxury brands are worth the price tag. People can just pay for the name. They really could care less what Gucci, Chanel or any others did to get so much money. That's the thing though, but people are buying this shite and advertising for them. And the more we get fucking TikTok influencers and Instagrammers and all the rest of it going, oh, I just bought my new Balenciaga or Fendi or whatever. Everybody thinks they have to have it. I'd rather go to a thrift store and find something nobody else could get. Just me. They exploited children and no amount of time erases that. I'm never going to buy from them. I love you, Lisa. Thank you for your wonderful, heartfelt and classy videos. Whatever. With everything in the news these days, I think this is the worst time to bring out your Balenciaga bag. That's just my opinion. Fashion is about making a statement, and you don't care what other people think about your style. That's why you're so popular. You should do whatever you're comfortable with. Most people probably wouldn't even know the bag was a Balenciaga. I loved Balenciaga, but I don't feel right shopping with them anymore. But you're giving her a get out of fucking jail card. Personally, I feel the Balenciaga... How many times can I say that word? It doesn't even sound like a word anymore now. Brand has been tainted. Anytime the executive of a brand does not understand or ignores any whiff of paedophilia needs some serious rehabilitation. Me too. Yes, 100%. I'm not a fan in any way, so many other designers to choose from. Thanks, Lisa. I wouldn't choose from designers. That's where you're all going wrong. I feel they need to prove they are worthy of my hard-earned money and are a company of integrity. Never. It was not only the creative director, but it was also all the executives and the chief stockholders of this company, Balenciaga, that allowed morally reprehensible themes to become a way of marketing that seasons product line. For as much as I love fashion, there is never any excuse that would forgive crossing the line way too far as a model of money making. Just imagine all the young children and girls, even some boys, whose lives are now destroyed from being used and abused through child trafficking. And someone else 100% agrees. I so agree with this. The creative director did not act on his own. The whole company was on board with this campaign, and I believe the campaign is a reflection of their whole ethos. They've been known to choose models from the streets who may not know their rights. Look into this regarding their runway shows. See, this is the thing, right? It's like Lisa. Balenciaga thought they could get away with it because they thought no one gave a shit. They thought they could do, sell, use whatever the fuck they wanted. And she's exactly the same. And it's getting like that with a lot of people now. And they're like, oh, what are you complaining about? Going back to the Reddit fucking rant that I want to do. They were going on about this thumbnail being the best thumbnail ever. And it was a bloke stood like that punching into a baby carrier. And it was called Hitting Babies in the Face. And I was told I was slow because I said I didn't like it and it was wrong. People have no morals anymore. It's like morals were fucking shoved away when influencers came out. Fucking Michaela Naguera, whatever the fuck her name is, can lie through her teeth and still get sponsorships and loads of money and lives in a big house and she's laughing all the way to the bank. I've said to Jed, to get ahead in this world, you've got to be a cunt, because I can't say that word because they keep fucking dinging me. If you do what the fuck you like, tread on as many people as you want, and don't care about the consequences of anything, you get on in life. If you follow the rules, do as you're told, don't lie, you just shat on from a great height. I won't buy Balenciaga, probably ever. I can't afford them anyway, lol. You do what you want, according to your own conclusions. Nobody is going to know for sure who you're carrying anyway. If it's pretty and you like it, and the issue has been cleared up to your satisfaction, do it. No! Might I ask, did they fire that artistic director, or did he quit? I'd prefer they'd fired him, but that's me. Also, did they ever publicly apologise and take responsibility for? That would matter to me. But I wouldn't judge you, even if I recognised it, which I probably wouldn't. Well, maybe people should start judging other people. Well, since Chanel donated to Israel, I've got rid of all my stuff because it's about morals for me. Each to their own. But once a brand does something, I feel I'm done with them. Balenciaga crossed the line. That's the thing, you see. You've got morals and you're saying no. Like I said no to the 4 YouTubers. Lisa hasn't got any morals. She doesn't care. Oh, I just want my life to be fun and happy and pretty. She doesn't give a shit about what happened to children. She doesn't care. Coco Chanel was a Nazi collaborator. Agree. Bigoted much? No, not at all, actually. Well, your name says it all. America first. Why can't somebody be proud to put America first? Hard agree. Why can't you be proud of your country now without people looking down their nose at you? Has Balenciaga apologised publicly? Really, I hadn't heard they did, but to tell you the truth, I don't like the company. Of course, when they realised people were angry and boycotting them. Too bad the damage was done. Oop, and there we are. That was all of them. But oh, if you want to do that, Lisa, you do that. I won't judge you. Really? That's how she gets away with all this shit. Anywho, if you got to the end with me, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.